Okay, on case 3, pag ang tanong po ay income tax due, iba po ang income tax due sa taxable income. Okay, ang tanong ay income tax due. Okay, income tax due again. Income tax. Okay, hindi yan. Okay, tama. Income tax due or income taxes, same lang. And determine the income tax, that is same. Income tax due and also the... Ito, hindi na to, diba? Binura natin to. So, this is not kasabay. So, we are looking for the income tax for Acogando. Okay, the first thing you need to do is to create the graduated table para later on sa exam ay kaya nyo na agad ma-solve, no? So, dapat clean sheet paper muna, then during exam, first thing you need to do is to write down the graduated table. So, we have 0 to 250,000, 250,000 to 400,000. And next we have 400,000 to 800,000. Next is 800,000 to 2 million. And 2 million to 8 million and over 8 million. So these are all over, right? Over and over, over. And next is the tax rate. We know that is 15%, 20%, 25%, and 30%, and 35%. Just add 1. And memorize din natin yung kanyang additional tax, which is 22,500. 22, that is 102. 102,500. And this is 402,500. And this is 2202,500. Ganito ko siya na memorize, no? Una, memorize pa lang 250,000, 400,000, 800,000, 2 million, and 80 million. So, alam mo na over yon. And the first line is exempt. Then next is just add 5. 15, 20, plus 5, 25, plus 5, 30, plus 5, 35. And alam natin ang 8 million is 35% and exempt yung una. So, 15 and 35 lang yon. So, you just need to add. And ganito naman yung sa additional tax, which is alam mo lang na laging may 500 yan sa dulo, no? Lagay mo na agad 500, then ganito lang 22,500, then 102,500, then 402,500, and yung last part, ang iniisip ko lang dyan, nabuntis si 22,500. So, nagkaroon ng 20 sa gitna. So, 2,022,500. No? 202,500. Okay, alam na natin yan. Now, we proceed to solving the problem. Maria Lopez is a senior executive working for National Corporation in Manila. Taxable year 1,850,000. Okay. Para makasigurado tayo na tamang sagot natin, alamin muna natin. Maria Lopez is a resident citizen. So, Filipino siya, they are taxable within and without. And we know that she is a taxable. Now, kailangan niya magbayad ng tax regardless. So, 1,850, saan siya nakapaloob? 1,850, that is here. Dito na. Dito siya nakapaloob na 800,000 to 2 million. So, ang gagawin lang natin ay ganito. Again, alam natin na 1,850 million. 1,850 million. Lagay mo lang. Wala. 1,850 million. Okay? Then, minus mo sa 800,000. So, that we get 1,050,000. Okay? Then we just need to multiply by 25%. So 1,050,000 times 0.25, that is 2,262,500, and we have additional tax of 102. Okay, mag-grade para matandaan. 102,500. Add mo lang ang 102,500 and we get 365,000. So that is our answer on number 1, 365,000. How about number 2? Check natin ulit kung tama ang problem. Si Juk lang daw ay isang Japanese citizen, meaning taxable lang siya within his net taxable compensation income 11,000 job in his country. Sa country daw niya. So, ibig sabihin, nasa ibang bansa. Taxable pa siya doon? Hindi. Hindi siya doon taxable. Kasi, alam natin na kapag resident alien, they are taxable within only. So, hindi pwedeng i-tax siya ng government kasi may business siya doon sa ibang bansa. Or, malay mo, may compensation or other compensation siya sa ibang bansa. So, ang sagot natin sa number 2 ay 0. Okay. Number 3, we have Filipino citizen, Pinoy siya, but earns income for other compensation as a learning tutor for NRC siya. Okay, NRC. Pero may income siya sa Pilipinas. So, we know that this is within 9 million. So, safe tayo na pwede natin itong i-compute. Saan nakalobang 9 million? Dito po. No? Dito nakalobang 9 million. So, we just need to proceed here. 9M minus 8M, that is 1M, times 35%, that is 350,000. 1M times 0.35, 350,000. 350,000. Then add 2,202,500 plus 2,202,500, that is equal to 2,552,500. Ito yung sagot natin sa pangalawa. 2,552,500. 2,552,500. Bilis. 2,552,500. Okay, tama. Number 3, check natin. Chinese citizen siya. Pero naniran sa Pilipinas. Here. Okay, within the Philippines. So, save tayo. RA. Pwede natin itong i-compute na 260,000. So, alam natin, dito siya, no? So, simply 260,000 minus mo lang sa 250,000, that is 10,000, times 15%, that is 7,500. Check na natin. Base natin mag-compute. 15. Okay, mali ito na. That is, base mo natin, 260,000 minus 250,000, 10,000 times 0.15, 1,500. 1,500 po. Sorry. 1,500 ang kanyang tax na binabayaran. 1,500 ang number 4. How about number 5? Picture is okay, may income siya sa Pilipinas. This is a resident citizen and within and without. So, meaning ang 500,000 niya ay nakapaloob sa 400 over dito. Dito siya nakapalood. So, 500,000 minus 400,000. That is 100,000. 10 times 20%. That is 20,000. Plus 22,500. We get 42,500. Okay. 42,500 ang sagot sa number 2. 42,500. Okay na? Okay. Proceed tayo sa true or false. Okay, tingnan nyo muna. Number 1, ang answer natin ay 365,000. Number 2, 0 kasi within lang dapat. And they are resident alien pero yung income niya ay nasa ibang bansa. Number 3, 9 million. So, ang sagot ay 255,500. And resident alien siya, so within lang. That is 1,500,000 and 42,500 for number 5. Number true or false? Sa true or false, a tax can validly impose if its main purpose is to raise revenue for private individuals. Again, this is false. This is false. No. It should be intended for public purpose. A legislative authority to enact or impose tax measure cannot be delegated, but the administrative tasks related to tax laws such as assessment and collection can be delegated. Pwede po no? Kasi the national government can collect tax, no? And also the LGU can collect tax for the national government. Pag kinolekta, diba? Sabi ko, diba? Pag nagkolekta yung LGU natin, pwede itong ipadala sa national government. So, this is true. Number 3, tax law can be applied to property outside territory of the state if the property is owned by resident within the state. Now, can be ang tanong, so pwede po ba? Pwede po. So, pwede siyang maging, pwede diba yung resident citizen? Kung may income siya doon sa ibang bansa, pwede po yon i-tax ng government since they are taxable within and without. So, this is true. Number 3, a measure that is arbitrary, also doon pa lang, and lacks constitutional support can be valid as long it is enacted through legal paths. Hindi po pwede no. It should have a constitutional support. Hindi lang pwede yung dumaan sa legal process. Okay, so this is false. Doon pa lang sa word na yun. Hindi na yun pwede na. So, the doctrine of equal protection requires that all individuals or property must be treated exactly the same under all circumstances without any classification. Doon pala alam natin yung lesson natin na kailangan may classification, di ba? Ano yung classification natin? Resident citizen, non-resident citizen, resident alien, non-resident alien, engaged in trade or business, or not engaged in trade or business. So this is also false. So that's it guys. So malay nyo, lumabas ulit sa exam. And yeah, good luck.